Yo, what is up, everybody? We've been gone for a minute, but we're back up in this mug. Get two bros talking. I'm Burn. I got my brother Ben on the line.
Yeah, what's happening? It has been a minute. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but we back.
You know, life get real sometime, but you got to step away, take care of the business, but then you make sure you get back on your grind, man. A lot happened since the last time we recorded. And first things first, because yes, we did a couple videos about this, but first things first, I just want to say congratulations to the United States basketball team for pulling out the gold medal. And that's it. Like, I'm not going no further than that. I'm going to congratulate you for winning, and then we're moving on, because that's what you're supposed to do.
Don't nothing else need to be said.
I ain't giving you no parade. I'm not,
need to be said
because real talk, it's only a story when they lose. When you win, man, hey man, congrats. The gold is back in U.S. Now I start talking about NBA free agents. That's me. You want to say anything?
Oh, you said it perfect. Congratulations. Y'all got y'all gold medals, and yeah, like you said, leave it at that, because it's a nice story. They were supposed to win, they won.
And they won.
Moving on.
We're moving on. All right, so, you know, the draft took place during our time away. A lot of young talent coming into the NBA, and I think that that's gonna infuse a lot more excitement into the league, and that's all good. But really, in order to, summer league is going on, and that's all great. But in order to truly break down the impact, the rookie impact, that's gonna be when the season starts. Like we can,
because right now it's just conjecture, because we have no idea who gonna make the team, who's starting, who's coming off the bench. You know, it's gonna be a minute before we even find out if these fools is ready and effective. So we can. It's cool. It's exciting to see, but there ain't really much to be said about that as of yet. Yeah,
absolutely. So, but as far as these free agent moves, a couple trades took place. That's some exciting stuff. I got the list up here. Kawhi signed a 4-year deal to stay with the Clippers. Chris Paul is staying with Phoenix. Kyle Lowry is moving to Miami. But let's be real. We'll break down teams as we go, but we got to start off with the Lakers. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, we got to start there, because those were the biggest monumental moves that were made. I know you're kind of a LeBron guy. I want to hear your take on what the moves LA made.
It's bittersweet, because you want to be excited, and I want to be excited, but I'm trying to be as realistic as possible too. Westbrook and LeBron, it's not, off rip, it looked like it don't fit. Just off rip, it just don't make sense. Now, analytically, obviously it works, but forget that, because basketball is about chemistry, and LeBron and Westbrook just seem like they, something, you losing something with both of them on the court. There's no way Westbrook can be the best Westbrook when LeBron is next to him. Yeah. I don't think LeBron's game will be affected by anybody.
No.
I think it'll be more Westbrook not being fully Westbrook, and then when you add Melo, that's that's more shots taken away from Westbrook. Now that's just go ahead.
I've said this. I'm like, I don't think that this thing, the reason why I don't think it's gonna work is just because you got too much. This really reminds me of when Nash and Dwight went to LA with Kobe and Pau Gasol. It really reminds me of that. I think it's just kind of too much. It's like, obviously you go after the best player available, and Russell Westbrook, is still tops in the league. But like you said, pairing him with LeBron, Man, it's only one ball. It's only one ball.
And yeah, cause see, on one hand, after the trade and the free agency, on paper, they are obviously better than what they were. I mean, anytime you lose Kuzma and you replace him with a dude like Westbrook, you coming up. You replace Andre Drummond with Melo. You want, I mean, with Melo or Dwight, you want to come up. But I need to see them in action before I can go all in on them. Because see, the Brooklyn Nets, they were, on paper, you was like, yeah, it makes sense. And they looked good throughout the year, but they didn't get it done. Now, Kyrie was hurt, but that's a part of the game. What if Westbrook twists his ankle this year and Melo twists his ankle, and then we just looking at LeBron and AD again for the whole year? So it's like, it's hard to even say what'll happen until we get in the middle of the season. Now, I am excited to see what LeBron can do with Westbrook, what Larry Frank is going to do with the team.
You mean Frank Vogel?
Frank Vogel, I don't know why I like calling him Larry Frank, but yeah, Frank Vogel is going to do with the team. But more so than that, I really want to see what LeBron does with a fully loaded. All right, this is going to be his first full season in LA with a lot of help, and it looked like the West is going to be, I mean, minus the Clippers, damn it, but the West is going to be popping because Stephen Clay will be back healthy. Phoenix will be ready. Hopefully Jamal Murray will be 100% when the season starts. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Lakers do in the West. Because, see, you know, the pundits is already penciling them in the finals, and I just don't think it's going to be that easy.
It ain't going to be that easy. It's not going to be that easy. I you know, and real talk, I mean, they're my favorite to come out. I mean, I ain't a dummy, but, you know, they're not going to walk, and I think the longer, the tougher the series are, the less it plays well in their favor. This, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say this. I don't think this has a chance in hell to work if they don't do load management. I don't think that it can. I don't think that Melo should be starting. I think
Melo shouldn't start.
He should continue to play
management. Who do you rest?
You rest them all.
The only person
you rest them all.
Rest is LeBron.
You rest LeBron and you rest AD. You rest LeBron. You rest AD. You rest. I mean, Westbrook probably ain't gonna sit down unless he has
to. Westbrook ain't gonna sit down unless he hurt. You gotta. Melo will be coming off the bench, so he won't need no.
You gotta have him.
The only person who, you might want to manage is LeBron. AD need to be playing. It's like, dude, you need to tighten up physically and mentally, and you just need to play. You can't be complaining about a damn hangnail on your big toe and then sit out for 2 weeks.
Let's talk about
softest big man in the.
Let's talk about what they got, what's going on in the West. Because I mean, you know, you got LA, you got the Clippers. I say Golden State, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say Phoenix are gonna be your top 4 in the West this year. Maybe not the Clippers, depending on how much Kawhi Leonard plays. But I'm definitely going with Golden State, Phoenix, and if not the Clippers,
Denver,
probably the Nuggets. So if we switch over, because the Nuggets didn't really sign anybody, they didn't really make any impactful.
No, but they'll have this will be a full season with Joker, Murray, and Gordon. Because you remember he came.
Right. And they did
when they traded for him, Jamal Murray was hurt.
They picked up Jeff Green, And Jeff Green, Jeff Green can help him, because I'm like, don't tell me that the Lakers' age ain't got nothing to do with it, but then be like, he old. Like, no.
Maybe the puppy in Denver is ready to put on his big boy shoes.
Who knows,
Porter Jr.
Yeah, Michael
maybe
Porter
he ready
Jr.
to be more dependable, because they was looking to him for scoring when Jamal Murray got hurt, and then, it might have been a little bit too much pressure on him, but now maybe he'll be able to slide into his position a little bit more, because he good.
Oh no, he can play. One thing that I think the league need to do, they need to embrace these young dudes, man. Y'all gotta let these young dudes play. Like, you gotta throw Bobo out there. Dude got some skills. He ain't never
got some game.
Dude got some skills. He got some game. You need to put him out there and let's just see what happens. No one gets better on the bench. You don't get better on the bench. And it's like, look, you can get better in practice, but what good does it do if you sitting on the bench? Like, y'all gotta let these young dudes play. They're gonna need them. I think this is gonna be a big year for Jokic. You won the MVP. You gotta, you gonna have to punch in this year, man. Like, I like him. I think he good, but you gonna have to punch in, man. Denver gotta make a move. Like, they gotta make a move. If you got a healthy Jamal Murray, they gotta make a move.
I think they should be ready to rock. They really got a squad. Like I said, Porter Jr., he got another year under his belt. Jamal Murray healthy. Joker coming off his MVP. Jeff Green, it'll be some veteran leadership. And Gordon, it's like they should, hopefully, if everybody can stay healthy, it's going to be fun seeing what they do.
Let's switch over to the defending Western Conference champs, the Phoenix Suns. Now, the Suns picked up Landry Shamet, and they picked up JaVale McGee. Now, I know you don't care for Shamet. I know that. But Shamet can be productive. Shamet can be a good backup for Booker. That's not a bad pickup at all. He can come in off the bench.
He can give me like 6 or 7 points a game.
I think he can get you
a timely 3 every now and again.
I think he can get you 10 to 14. Like, he can be a good replacement for when Booker need a breather. They gotta get Cam Johnson involved from the jump. Monty Williams got to get him going from the jump, because as he waned in the finals, Milwaukee's got their feet up under him. Because throughout the entire playoffs, like even to the Lakers series, the Nuggets series, the Clippers series, he was hitting a lot of timely 3-point baskets.
He sure did. Yeah, he hit some big shots.
Again, he young, dude, 24. Like, put them young boys out there, put them on the floor. I think you've kind of refortified your front line with McGee, because McGee I'd much rather have McGee than Dario Saric. No disrespect, I'm just keeping it real. I think Phoenix gonna be right back though. I think Phoenix is gonna be right back. I think they're gonna be right back in the mix. That's gonna be a tall order to get out of the West with that Laker team. But I think they got the pieces to do it. They gained some valuable experience. They're gonna be hungry. They're gonna be playing with a chip on their shoulder. I like Bridges. I like Booker. I'm not a fan of CP3, but the man do what he do. He's the straw that stirred the drink. So
he does what he does.
What do you think about, man? I like Dallas, man. The Mavericks. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say until Luka Doncic change up his play style. You can forget that, because see, what I think a lot of people was kind of the fact that everybody was like, oh, he undefeated in international play. He undefeated in international play, and then they didn't even medal. I'm like, man, too hype. it's just too much hype surrounding dude. I'm not saying that dude can't hoop. I'm saying his style of play. I call his style of play into question, because for all the hype that he got in the NBA, the Mavericks lost 2 years in a row in the first round to the Clippers. So what are we talking about here?
I can't imagine Jason Kidd has got the formula to improve what they were. I mean, Tim Hardaway Jr., they re-signed him. Doncic's got a big contract. Kidd said he gonna try to, iron out the issues between Porzingis, but I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, doing what they did last year. If they don't see the Clippers in the first round, they won't be impressive. They'll get beat up in the first round by somebody.
The easiest way to smooth the tensions between Kristaps and Luka is pass the ball. Like, pass the ball. Like, the only person that he passed to with any type of confidence is Hardaway Jr. Like, he the only one that I think that they like to shoot, and Finney Smith. Hardaway Jr. and Finney Smith were the main two dudes putting up offense outside of Luka Doncic. Like, pass the ball. I'm Kristaps Porzingis. Yeah, I'm pissed when you put me in the corner while I'm just standing here watching dude do all this stuff. Like, they be like, oh, he put up a triple-double. Luka had 50. Luka hit the game-winning shot because he don't pass the ball. He come down, he dribble, he eat up 22 seconds on the shot clock, and then he shoot. And Dallas has been stuck on stupid for the past 2 years. So
it wasn't fair to Porzingis. It's like, man, what you expect me to do? You just got me standing behind the 3-point line.
Yeah, it's like,
hey, I'm supposed to just be ready to shoot. You're not using me the way I should be used. Mm-hmm. And yeah, if I got the ball in my hand all of the time, as big as Luka is, it's like, dude, if you don't get a triple-double, you tripping.
Exactly. All right, now, this is just our feel out at this point. We still got to get into training camp, still got to get into preseason. So we're going to switch over to the East. And, you got to start off with everybody's favorite to win the title. Not just come out the East, but win the title is your Brooklyn Nets. I want to let you go first on this.
Well, first and foremost, again, here we go with the pundits. I don't understand how the Brooklyn Nets can be the favorite to come out the East when the Milwaukee Bucks just won the championship after beating the Brooklyn Nets. Now, you can say, Kyrie was hurt, and you can say, Harden was playing on one leg. I don't want to hear that garbage, because it was a Game 7. Essentially, it came down to the last shot. So whether Kyrie was on the court or not, I don't see how the circumstances would have been any different. Durant had 50.
He did everything he could do.
Where would Kyrie? He wouldn't have been able to fit in nowhere. Even if he was on the court, Durant was still taking the shots. Kyrie is not a defender, so it's not like he would have been shutting down anybody. So it's essentially you was missing him on offense. And Durant provided all of the offense. So what exactly would he have brought to the table? And then you got Milwaukee winning the championship. Giannis is as confident as he is, considering what they did against Brooklyn and against Phoenix, and you just assume that the Brooklyn Nets are going to come out of the East. Do you think Steve Nash learned anything from what happened to them last year?
No.
I don't think he did.
No.
I don't think he learned much.
My thing about this is, if it's the Lakers and Brooklyn in the championship, I'm going with the Lakers. I think that the main reason why the Brooklyn Nets are not my favorite to win the championship, let alone come out of the East. I mean, although they may be the probable team, but I'm not riding with them, it's because of James Harden. Look, Kyrie and KD, Kyrie and KD together can do it. I still think that with the way Kyrie, the way he's made up, how he likes to. I mean, he's his own. He got his own mind. He wrote to the beat of a different drum. I'm like, how available mentally are you gonna be throughout the course of the season, throughout the playoffs?
Physically.
But if Kyrie is healthy, if KD is healthy, the two of them with the rest of them, I think they could get. I don't see them beating LA in the finals though. But the main Achilles heel, as far as I'm concerned, with the Brooklyn Nets is James Harden. James Harden does not show up in the postseason. I'm going to say that one more time. James Harden does not show up in the postseason, and that's what they're going to need. He
never has. It's like this year he had the hamstring as an excuse.
Man,
but if you watched him this year, and then you cue up any of his old Houston Rockets tapes, he didn't look that much. He didn't look any different.
It's like,
did he look any different?
I don't want to hear
like the same James Harden to me.
I don't want to hear he wasn't 100%. If you're out there and you're supposed to be the player that you are, you at 65% is still better than outside of Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday. You still the 5th best player out there on the floor. Like, period. And one could argue that the only reason why Brooklyn lost was because he didn't do anything. I'm like, look, you can say, oh well, Brooklyn lost because Kyrie didn't play. He wasn't on the floor. That's a valid argument. Harden was on the floor and he didn't do anything. Like you telling me, oh well, his hamstring was bothering him. Man, then sit down. Then have a seat.
Yeah.
Don't play and then be like, oh, but
it's hurting that bad. You shouldn't be playing.
Yeah,
bro.
Don't play and then be like, oh, well, don't look at me. I'm hurt. Like, then if you hurt, how are you playing? Like, nah, man. He used that as a crutch and he limped his way all the way out of that series. Like, no, Brooklyn. And then another problem with Brooklyn. Like I said, if you're going up against LA, man, they're also rans. They second level players, man. They ain't gonna. Joe Harris vanished. And I'm like, on any championship team, you need those role players to come in there and win you a game somewhere in the playoffs. When they have an explosion from 3, or they get all the scrap points, or they provide the energy.
Portis did for Milwaukee. Wasn't nobody expecting him to come in the game hitting them corner 3s.
Yeah,
he ain't supposed to be doing that, but that's the type of dude you need to put you over the hump.
Joe Harris didn't do nothing, and they lost Jeff Green, who we talked about earlier. He saved them in one of them games against Milwaukee.
Exactly. Who saved them in one of them games? Because see, if you expect me to believe that Blake Griffin then turned into a 3-point shooter, stop it.
Like I said, I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, lifelong, except for my little stint with the Sonics with Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. But I'm a lifelong Pistons fan, and Blake Griffin.
That's true.
Blake Griffin can burn slow, as far as I'm concerned. As a fan, you don't dunk for 3 years, and then you go to Brooklyn, and now you want to ball out, man. No burn for Blake Griffin as a Detroit Pistons fan. Like, forget that. Like, I hope the mother never recover. Like, no, forget that. Ain't nobody even trying to hit that.
Yeah, that's foul. That is foul. It's like, dude, what kind of you a snake in the grass? I mean, I don't know. He said something recently that got everybody up in arms. I gotta look that up. I can't. We'll return to that on a later day.
I'm gonna go ahead.
And it got everybody up in arms just recently.
I'm gonna go ahead and I hate to do it. Well, and we're gonna talk about Milwaukee in a second, but I feel like I gotta cover this group first, because I feel like these dudes may be playing Milwaukee in the conference finals. And I hate them, but you better watch out for the Heat, because the Heat picked up. They got Kyle Lowry. Oladipo will be healthy. They picked up James Tucker. No, PJ Tucker. I'm sorry. They picked up PJ Tucker, yeah. And they picked up Queef from LA.
They got it. They got Queef.
They got Markieff Morris.
They
picked up Markieff Morris.
They are going to be interesting out Heat, in the East.
The Heat, and they still got Duncan Robinson who can shoot. They still got Tyler Hero, and it's
maybe Tyler Hero will turn into something.
Tyler Hero is in a better spot now because he can come on. He's coming off the bench because you're not starting over Oladipo. Like, no, you can come off the bench. I think the only reason why he was starting in the bubble was because Dragic got hurt. But, man, the Heat are going to be dangerous next year. Like, they're going to be dangerous. I think they definitely moved in front of Philly. Brooklyn, Milwaukee. I'm going with Miami in that second or third spot.
They're going to fight for that 2-3 seed area because they should be ready.
They're going to be coming. I mean, Spoelstra is a good coach. They got veterans. They're going to be dangerous. Like, if the Heat came out of the East, I wouldn't bat an eye. Like, if the Miami Heat come out of the East next year, I wouldn't bat an eye. I mean, Spoelstra proved that, if he got to the finals without Wade. Who would think that the Miami Heat would reach the finals with this far out from after Dwayne Wade left?
Without Wade and LeBron, he didn't get to the finals without Wade and LeBron. Spoelstra guy, he ready.
Watch out for the Heat. Milwaukee. Look, Milwaukee is the defending champions. And, we all know that put that within itself is a different kind of motivator to going out there with the intent to defend your crown. So they proved last year they were good enough to win it. So they're not going to be an easy out. I like Giannis. And like you said, if Giannis and Middleton find a way to improve and expand their game, Milwaukee could repeat.
Yeah, see, I done said this before. I think the league made a big mistake.
Letting him taste it.
Get that ring this early in his career. Because and a lot of novices, he's not going to understand what I'm saying. They're going to look at me like I'm crazy. But the veterans will know what I mean. Giannis is still learning how to play basketball. Y'all let him get a ring before he done fully developed. It looked like in them finals, Giannis was developing into a true monster of a player. Because if he started going downhill, there's nobody in the league who can guard him. If you backpedaling and he coming at you full speed ahead,
you gotta get out the way.
He stopped dribbling at the top of the key, and he take 2 big steps, and he either dunked it or he landed up.
Well, that's like how LeBron used to be. When LeBron got that full head of steam, and when he was in locomotive mode, you just get out the way, or he going to the line after he dunked. And Giannis is doing the same thing. And like you said, when he developed that 15-foot game, and that's all he needs is just a 15-foot jump shot, just like Karl Malone had. Like, all you got to do is just get somebody in the air, and then you just go around him. When he developed that 15-foot jump shot like Karl Malone had, that's when he gonna dominate the league.
He's gonna be murdered, or he just say, forget it, I'm just gonna put my back to the basket, and I'm just gonna perfect a little baby hook from 10 to 12 feet.
Now, I gotta mention these dudes because I feel like they on the decline, and I'm kind of happy that they on the decline, and that's the Sixers. Look, I have never been as much as I respect his game, and he is the best big man in the game, best center in the game, Embiid. I just don't like his style. I've never liked his style. I don't like, and when I say his style, I just mean the way he approached the game. Like, dude is always hurt. He always teetering on some type of injury. Like it, the process. Man, I'm so sick of that, man. Like I will be pleased as punch to see them down there. And I mean, and not so much because of them not being a good team. It's just because there's gonna be too many good teams around them.
And you get sick of hearing the process and all of this other riffraff, and then you see the same product. And see, Joel Embiid is not much different than Anthony Davis, where it's like, dude, you need to lose a couple pounds or do some calisthenics, some yoga, and tighten up your joints or something, because you should not be chronically hurt the way that you are. Yeah. Same way AD, it's like, yeah, if he jump up in the air and land just right, he'd have tweaked his knee. Dude, is that because you too heavy, or what?
Yeah, like, and then we talked a lot about dude during the playoffs, and I'm like, man, what y'all gonna do with Ben Simmons? Like, what type of effect? First off, if he even play a game for Philly, I mean, I know he's not happy with Doc Rivers and just Philadelphia in general, but if he do come back, how is he gonna come back? Like, that's a big question mark that they got to deal with. Like, if he comes back, how is he gonna come back? And then let's not forget, you still got Doc Rivers, who sometimes it feel like, man, he find a way to lose series.
Don't it?
It seems like he find a way to just be like, man, let me go ahead and cough this up.
Heel of all of the heels, because like you said, he find a way to lose.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the East, I like, man. If like I said, but just going on a limb, going out on the limb, and just, I mean, making an August call, I would say Miami, Milwaukee in the conference finals, and like the Lakers and maybe Phoenix.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, just like you said, just off.
Yeah, I would go with Miami and Milwaukee in the East.
Because see, the reason,
I could see Brooklyn losing to one of them two in the semifinals.
I can see him losing to one of them two in the semifinals. Like I can see that without even.
Yeah, that makes sense. But out west, I don't know. I would go out west. I'm gonna go with the Lakers, but then I'm gonna go. Well, it also depends on how these fools finish the season.
Well, like I said, it's just it's a August,
and Golden State finish 1-2 in
the yeah. See, I forgot about Golden State. I
would go with Golden State and the Lakers in the champion in the Western Conference Finals, because this is my problem with the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul.
He's another one.
He got a taste of it last year. And I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like to me he was like, all right, I'm just gonna dominate and get these Clippers out of here. But when he got to the finals, he went back into that turtle chair he was in.
Well, in game 1 and 2, Milwaukee just made it too easy for him. But then when Giannis blocked Ayton's shot, that was the end of it right there. When he did that, the whole series changed, and Chris Paul, Monty Williams, they wasn't ready for it. They got hit by a buzzsaw, and they couldn't figure it out, because Milwaukee just found themselves playing harder and just being in those games. But after that block, man, dude, it was a wrap. After that block, it was a wrap. And then even in, like, what was that, game 5? when Game 5 when he threw that lob, when Holiday threw that lob to Giannis, like that series was over then. Phoenix wasn't getting up off the mat after that. Like that knockdown was
they weren't coming back from that.
It was too much. But yeah, like you said, I
think his kryptonite is gonna be healthy next year. So I just don't see the Suns doing.
No, I like let me go ahead.
Steph Curry is Chris Paul kryptonite.
Let me amend that because it'll be Golden State, LA in the brawl for it all.
In the brawl for it all.
And
and see, it would be sweet justice if Golden State beat LA next year and then they went to the finals and they beat the Nets. That would just be some sweet justice. It would be nice to see Golden State, Stephen Clay beat Durant wherever he is. I don't think it's going to happen because I just don't see the Nets going next year, but it would be interesting to see that.
I don't see them going either. We gonna go ahead and we gonna wrap this one up. I mean, this one went a little long.
Oh, that was a little big.
but it's all good though, man. We just wanted to pop back up, let y'all know we still alive, we still breathing. But make sure y'all like the video, post y'all comments down below, man. Do y'all agree with us? Do y'all like our little Final Four prediction in August? Post your comments, man. Let us know. If you agree with us, cool. If you don't, you'll see. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Get involved in the discussion.
But no, man, we're gonna be back real soon. Look for us real quick, especially like when NFL start. We're gonna start chopping that up a little bit. But y'all just keep y'all eyes out for the next video. But for right now, peace out.
Peace out.
I want to thank you, brothers and sisters, for a very lovely evening. Never have so few owed so much to so many. Good night.